Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about present simple. Just think about actions, activities that you do every time, the same things that it's repeated and so on. So in this case, we have to use present simple, right? So please watch this video to understand it better. First of all, let me explain when do we use present simple. So we use present simple to talk about habits, routines, repeated actions, and the things that you do every day. So what does it mean? For example, if you do the same thing today, tomorrow, and it's repeated like every time, every day, and in this case, you have to use present simple. So we talk about the routines that you do every time, repeated actions. For example, you go to work every day. Yes, you don't just stop today and then you go to work, you go to school every time. So this is present simple. You have to remember this form of present simple. First, in the first place, we have to use in positive sentence, of course, subject and then verb infinitive. Okay, so let me explain positive sentence. Singular form, we create the sentence like this. I get up at 7 o'clock. You get up at 7 o'clock. He, she, it gets up at 7 o'clock. So you know the form of present simple and you can make the sentence, right? But you see here in the third person of singular form, we have s, right? We add s to the verb if it's he, she, it. Plural form, we get up at 7 o'clock. You get up and they get up at 7 o'clock and so on. So please don't change the verb, the form of the verb with the pronouns I, you, we, they. So you don't need to change the verb. You see, get up, and so on. But you have to add s or es to the verb with he, she, it. He, she, it is the third person of singular, right? And you have to add s or es to the verb, of course. Well, now let me talk about negative sentence. So in present simple negative sentence, we use do, does, auxiliary verb do, does, and not. So the form of present simple negative sentence is first subject and do, does, and then not after verb infinitive. So in singular form again, we say, I don't get up at 7 o'clock. Yeah, you don't get up at 7 o'clock. But in the third person of singular, we have to say, he, she, it doesn't get up at 7 o'clock. So plural form, again, the same. We don't get up, you don't get up, and they don't get up at 7 o'clock. So you have to put don't, do not. So don't, it's a short form, do not, it's a full form, okay? Both of them correct. Don't or do not before the verb with the pronouns I, we, you, they. So the pronouns, if I, you, we, they, you have to use don't, okay? If he, she, it. So put doesn't, does not before the verb with the pronouns he, she, it. So in this case, we have to use doesn't. So please remember that do not is a full form, short form is a don't, and does not, it's doesn't, okay? Now let me talk about spelling, the third person, because in the third person, when we use verbs, we have different types of endings, okay? So we form present simple verbs like this. For example, most verbs ends with s, just as, for example, sit, sits, walk, walks, right? But if the verbs ending with in ch, o, sh, or s, double s, right? We need to add es. Watch, for example, here we have ch, watches. Go, we have o, goes, okay? And verbs ending in consonant y. So in this case, y changes to I. So it's study, studies, study, y changes to I. Cry, cries. Now, let me explain the question and short answers. So in this case, we have yes, no questions. So what does it mean, yes, no questions? In this case, in yes, no question, we use do, does, okay? So this is the form that you have to remember. In the first place, we put do, does, and then subject and infinitive, the main base form of the verb. So how do we make, so we know the form, and how do we make questions? Do, here we have I, we, you, they, it's subject, and then infinitive walk. Do I walk to school every day? Do you walk to school every day? And so on. And how do you answer this question? Of course, short answer. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, we do. No, we don't. And so on. So, but in the third person singular, we have to use against does. Yes. Does he, she, it jump every day? Yes, he does. Yes, she does. No, he doesn't. No, she doesn't. And so on. So again, I'm repeating again. Do, does we use in negative and question forms, okay? But not in positive. In positive form, we have to use the base form of the verb. I hope it's clear. Now let me explain about the special questions. So we don't only have yes, no question, also we have special questions which needs extra information, as you said, yeah? So this is the form that you have to remember. Question word we put in the first place, okay? And then do, does, and subject and verb. Verb 1, it means infinitive in the present simple. So these are some words we can use to make questions. When we use question words, the answers give us information, right? For example, question words which starts with WH question or how often, who, where, when, why, and so on. For example, what time do you get up? So I get up at 8 a.m. Yeah. So in this case, we don't answer yes, no. We give other information according to the question, right? When do you go to the cinema? I don't know, maybe next week, and so on. Okay, so that was the time about the presenting, explaining you about present simple. I hope it was clear, and it's time to practice. So thank you for watching. Bye.